Alrighty guys, in this video we are going to talk about how to upload things and get things turned into the Brightspace, right? So how you're going to turn in work. So I'll hop into the course here. Okay, so first thing you got to do is we need to do a thing called FTP. It stands for File Transfer Protocol, which is the protocol that allows you to take stuff from your computer and put it up on your host so anyone can see it. That's how you take a web page, upload it so people are able to view it, and so in this case the people are me, so I can see your work and give you a grade. Okay, so first thing we'll go here. We'll go to Winter Server first. So we're going to log in. Okay, in the other video we got our web host up and working, so we're good to go. So what we need to do is go inside of it. So I'm going to click on the .com here, the whatever you have right there. Okay, and I'm going to scroll down and go to log into cPanel. cPanel is a third-party tool that most hosts have. It just gives you a lot of control over your host, and you're able to do a lot of really cool stuff. So what we want to do is go to FTP accounts, and this is going to allow us to create an account that we can log in with so we can mess around with our host and do whatever we want to. Okay, so I'm going to just create a dummy one here. I'll call it admin. Okay, now your login is going to be whatever you put here at your domain name. Okay, so your login is almost going to be like an email. Okay, so be aware of that. Okay, password, I'm not going to tell you. Sorry, I know you want to know. It ain't going to happen. Okay, it's a very weak password, but it's okay. I'm going to delete this account when I'm done with it. Okay, so you put in your username here. It's going to be whatever you put in at your domain. Okay, the password, got that in there. Now, in this directory section, you're just going to erase all of this. What this does is before, it was going to create a folder called admin on my host, and I would only have access to that folder called admin. I don't want that. I want this account to have access to everything. So I delete that, and now I'll have access to the home kid folder, which is basically my whole host. And that's exactly what I want. Quota, heck no, I'm not giving myself any limitations here, so I'm going unlimited. Okay, and then I'm going to hit create FTP account. Okay, account created. It'll come down here and it'll show you the different accounts that I have. This is my main one, and then this is stuff with my kids and what they've been doing. So this is the account that I created, admin at thoseonekids.com. Okay, so that's all you need to do on the inner server side of things. So I got my FTP account created. I'm good to go. So the next thing you want to do is Google FileZilla. This is a free FTP client. This is a program that allows you to upload things to your web host. So all I'll say is if you get it from their website, if you go here, just be careful with the installation. One of the last steps of the installation is they ask you if you want to install crapware. So stuff like browser plugins and things like that. Just pay really close attention. Make sure you don't install that. If you don't want to mess with any of that, you can go to the SourceForge version. Okay, and yep, this is the client, so you can download it from here as well. So either one works. Doesn't really matter to me which one you get. Just be careful with the install that you just don't do any of that dumb crapware. So I'm going to install it here. I'll get the SourceForge one, I guess. We'll go to the desktop. I'll hit save. Okay, I'm going to run it. Okay, I'm going to hit yes. Now, there's a good chance that it may say something like, hey, you already have it installed, and if that happens, that's fine, but I'm sure most of you guys can get through an install. So I'll hit agree. I'll hit agree. Downgrade. It's going to say that because the one on SourceForge isn't the most up-to-date version, but that's okay. I don't really care. Okay, FileZilla is already running, so I'm going to get rid of it. We'll retry. There we go. So it should be a pretty quick install. It's a pretty small program. So I'm going to hit finish. Okay, and there it is. It wants me to install the new version. And I'm good for now. Okay, so this is what it looks like. So now all I got to do is put in what I just created. Okay, now if you're on the school computers, you're just going to do it here in the Quick Connect. Okay, so let me show you how this works. So your host is going to be your domain. Okay. The username is what I just created. Okay, and then the password is what I just created as well. Now, be very aware right here, okay? The username is whatever I chose at my domain. That's a big mistake that people make a lot, is they just think it's admin because that's what they put in. It's the whole thing. Okay, and then I put in the password that I created, and then I do quick connect. This might come up and say, hey, the server certificate's unknown. That's fine. We know that enter server's fine, so I'm going to say always trust it and hit OK. You know you did it correctly because something will come up here. You'll see a bunch of folders on the right-hand side. So this is how these FTP clients work, is this is all the stuff on my computer, and this is all the stuff on the host. So the folder you want to look for, you may need to come over here and give yourself some more room, because sometimes it's like this. You just come up here, click and drag, and just give you a little bit more room so you can see the names of all the folders. But what you want is public HTML. When I type in those onekids.com in a browser, it takes me inside of this public HTML folder. Okay, so if I double click, I have these folders like Grass, CTech, IT Cave Dweller, JM, and so forth. And if I come over here in a browser and I type in those one kids, I get the same thing. I get Grass, CTech, okay, and so JM and so forth. So this is basically just like a folder online that holds websites. That's all it is. Okay. So if I wanted to access something, or if I wanted to upload a folder or a file or something like that, what I would do is I'm going to kind of make this a little bit smaller. I'll come over here. I'm just going to upload some random folder. Because usually in my classes, you're going to be making folders with your assignments in them. So I'm just going to grab this one called Lightbox. Okay, and I'm going to upload the whole folder. Now you got to be careful when you click and drag, you don't want to upload it into another folder that already exists. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to scroll down to where I have some files, and I'll click and drag it in there because I don't want it to go into another folder. I just want it to go into public HTML. So I'm going to let go. You can see that it's transferring things, it's uploading things, it gives you status bars. Down here, it'll tell you when it's done. Okay, so now that it's done, this seems to be the hardest part for students to get, is how, okay, now that I've uploaded it online, how do I get to it? How do I access it? Well, if I scroll up here, inside my public HTML folder, I now have a Lightbox folder. And remember, when I type in those onekids.com, it's accessing the public HTML folder. So if I refresh here, I now have the Lightbox folder there. So I could just click on it and then click on the HTML file and see it that way. Okay, but really the way you'll want to do it to make sure you understand it is you need to take a look here and go, okay, so I put it inside of a folder called Lightbox. So those one kids got me into public HTML. I'm going to go /Lightbox. That's going to take me inside of that Lightbox folder, right? So it'll take me inside of there. And then inside of there, I have an HTML file called lb.html, and that's what I want to load. So /hb.html. Okay, and then there we go. So once your assignment's online, you've uploaded it using FTP, you've accessed it through your domain, so you know it's live, it's online, this is what you would turn in. So I'd copy this, go into the course, okay, we'd head over to Learning Path. I would pick whatever week the assignment's for, so let's say it's week 1, and it's this instructional page, that's the one I want to turn in. So I'd click here, scroll down, and then there is, I misspelled it, it's awesome. There we go. Okay, then you would click here to go into this forum, this thread, and then you'd hit reply, and then boom, throw in your assignment and hit post, and that's how you would turn it in. The main thing is just make sure you test it before you turn it in. Don't just type it out and expect it to work. Test it. If you bring up your assignment and it works, then great. You know it works, copy that, come in here, post it, and you're good to go. Okay. One last thing I want to show you in FileZilla. This is the quick connect that I did. This is if you're just connecting somewhere public where you don't want it to store the information. If you're on your computer and you don't want to have to type this in every time, you'll come over here to this button that says Open the Site Manager. You'll click on it. I don't know what the heck that was. Oh, okay, this is just having issues with FileZilla. So you won't even get this. Detected newer version of FileZilla, that's fine. You won't even get that. So this is going to come up. You're going to hit New Site. Okay, I'm going to call it just Test. I already have one. I've already done this one. So you'll only have this one that you've created. Give it a name. I just gave it a name in my domain. You can call it whatever you want. You just hit Rename and call it whatever. Up here in the host, it's what we did here. So your domain, the logon type is going to be normal. Username, admin@those1kids.com. And then the password is whatever I set up. Okay, and then you hit OK. Okay, and now on a PC, you'll have this drop-down menu, drop-down arrow, whatever, and you pick which one you want to connect to. On a Mac, you'll have to just click this button, choose which one you want to connect to, and then hit Connect. Okay, so I can drop that down, go to Test. I'm going to abort the previous connection. Okay, and there we go. I'm good to go. And it's just good, like I said, if you do it this way, it just saves it so you don't have to type the stuff in every time. It just makes it quicker. Now, if you're on your computer and you're still a little freaked out about privacy, you can say ask for password. And that'll mean every time you go to connect, it'll remember the host, it'll remember the username, but it'll ask for the password every time you connect. No one else really uses my computer except for me, so I'm okay with normal. All right, guys, so that's it. If you have any questions, of course, let me know, but you should have everything you need now to be able to upload to your host and do amazing things. So have an awesome day. See ya.